Hello, I'm Deb Kais. Welcome to Stampin' on the Hill. I have wanted to just quick tell you, this is the third Wednesday of every month has previously been Way Back Wednesday, and we're going to pause that for a little bit and try to do something different. Stampin' Up has come up with some new scrapbooking kits, and I thought I would give it a try. Um, if I wanted to just quick mention, because it is the third Wednesday of February, that if you haven't gotten in on Celebration yet, you should do so. There's only a week left because it ends the February 28th. And there are some awesome new items. I was checking them out the other day, and they're that beautiful butterflies stamp set that I've been using. The stamp set itself is in there. Anyway, go check it out. There's a whole bunch of fun things. All right, so we're going to jump into, I told you that I would do most of the cutting for the three spreads that I have in this kit. So I did most of it. I saved one piece of DSP to cut for you, just so that I could give you a couple little tips. So let's jump down. And so that you can see me here. So I have these are the instructions. I have my cutter ready. I have, let's see, this one. I've cut all these pieces and labeled them. So what I did was I just went through, you can use painter's tape if you want, but I went through and made pieces for all of the pieces I needed to cut. And this is the one cutting diagram that I left to do in front of you so that you could kind of get an idea. So what it's telling us to do, this is the DSP. It's got little roses or whatever on the back, and then this goes this way. So what it's telling us in the instructions is that your cutting orientation, so you're going to do this, and then this symbol here means cut this line first. So the orientation, this is going to be the front of our DSP, and this is going to be the back, and it's got a little asterisk next to it so that you can see in here the pieces that have an asterisk. Those are the ones you're going to use the back side for your layout. So with our orientation this way, we're going to make our first cut at 5 1/4. And let's see here. So 5 1/4. And then we're going to make our next lengthwise cut like this at 3 1/4 with the rest of this piece. 3 1/4. Okay, so that one's there. This one, oh, it looks like these are both, no, they're not. Interesting. This one's going to be 3 1/4 as well, looks like. So we'll just cut this up. All right. I did find that I had several pieces left over that are going to be fun for doing something else. So these two pieces are going to be the same, but I wanted to kind of keep them in order just so I can follow my instructions. So now that I have my 5 1/4 inch piece, it says to cut it at 8 1/2. So we're going to need the arm for this. You're probably not going to be able to see the whole thing, but we'll see. Oh, looks like you can. Awesome. So 5 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then with this piece, we're going to cut it down to 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Well, these are pieces of scrap. Again, we've gone through all the things you can do with scrap, so make sure. Okay, so now this piece is going to be 3F. So I already have my label for that. And then this piece is going to be 1T. So we're going to need that for today. And then it says to pile them up, so you have like all the ones ones in one pile, the twos in another pile, and the threes in the third pile. And I did that as I was going along. All right, so now this one, we're going to make this 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Oops. And then another one. So this is 2H. It looks like it's supposed to go this way. 2H and 3 1/4 again is 2I. And then this one we're going to turn this way, and we're going to cut 1 1/4, 1 1/4 twice. And then it looks like we're going to have to do a little bit off the end. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4. This one's scrap. And these two, you can really just put them both together for the most part and cut them at 5 1/4. So you can kind of see, in the diagram, there's a little bit of white area left around the edge, and so that is going to be your scrap. 2C and the 2D on here. C and 2D. And those are the right side, so good. 3, okay. And then, so that's this section. Now this section we're going to do is 3 1/4. We already cut that little piece off, this edge here, so it's already 3 1/4 this way. And we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. Move my things out of the way. 4 1/4. And this one, it says to use the back side. So we're going to turn this, and 1I is going to be this piece. And another one at 4 1/4. And again, this way is going to be 1J. So then this is a leftover piece. Okay. So because I've done all the rest of them, and I have most of my ones already here, we're going to just get going then with assembling. So it says to prepare it to get, add color to the die pieces. I didn't poke out the die pieces yet. So let's find them. So these are the die pieces that it's talking about. And it looks like we're going to need, wow, they're not labeled anyhow. There's only one sheet. So it looks like we're going to need one that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably maybe this one. I think this one. 2, 3. I see only 4, but it looks like it's probably this one. Who knows? If not, we'll just use a different one somewhere else. And then one with 3 on it. So this one looks like 3 there. They're a little bit hard to pop out because you're afraid I'm afraid anyway, that I'm going to, looks like we need a couple of these too. I was afraid I was going to, they're kind of heavy cardstock, so not bad, but I was kind of afraid that I was going to, I'm not sure which sizes to use. Let's see. It doesn't really say which pieces to use. I guess it kind of doesn't matter. I'm going to use one that's an outline like this. And then I'm going to use, this one looks like it's more solid. So let's use a littler one. Let's try that and see what happens. I think that's all of the pieces there. Okay, so we're going to get out pecan pie, it says, and a blending brush. And I'm working on my glass mat, but make sure that whatever you use, you've got something under it. I also have you know what? Let me grab a piece of scratch paper a minute. Just because whenever I'm using a blending brush, I like to dab it off a bit. And it looks like in here they're only using like the inside of it, and they left the outside edges. You're supposed to use a blending brush in a circular direction. That's not real helpful with this, is it? Okay. It gives it a little dimension here, and that's it. That's okay. And I guess we'll do the same with this one. Just brush it on. You could go heavier if you want. I probably should have used a smaller blending brush. I do have the minis, and it didn't specify, so I just grabbed this one because it was already kind of in the yellow tone colors. And then we're gonna do this as well. And I'm pushing a little bit hard on this one because in the picture, it looks like it's really brown. Okay. And then this one, I don't know if there's really a front and a back to them. I was trying to determine, but I'm not seeing it, so that's okay. Maybe that's a sticker. Let's look a second, see if it's a sticker. It is. Here it is. It's that sticker. That's the one that's here. All right, so we're not going to do this one. There's a heart somewhere too. I'm not sure if that's a sticker or not. I think it's not. I think it's going to be one of these. And then, all right, so let's set those aside. Probably should have done that before I started this project too, but I wasn't sure what I was doing because, like I told you earlier, I didn't go through all this ahead of time because I wanted to do it with you. All right, so I'm going to grab my chamois and just move these aside and clean up my top of my desk here. All right. Then it says adhere 1A and 1B to the light pretty peacock base. So I have, let's see, I've got a pretty peacock base here, and we're supposed to put them to the light side. So you can tell, I showed you this earlier, that you can see the light and the dark here. And we're going to take 1A and 1B. So it looks like there's 1A. So it looks like it goes like this. 1A and 1B. I have these up here so that I didn't lose them, but and it looks like this just goes right in the middle. Well, here's a tip. Knowing this now, you probably could have just cut these this way, and then you didn't have so many layers, and you could use this piece for something else. But we're just going to follow the directions. So I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue. You can use your tape runner. I forgot what the name of it is already. Because you know me, I don't use it. I like the glue. And I don't use a lot of glue because it's really not going anywhere. It's just for me, and I know it's going to stick. So this, get it all gluey, get my fingers all gluey, and lining up my edges. And then this one's going to go right in the middle, it looks like. Okay. Not sure if it matters where the middle actually is. Let's see. if I do this, the middle is right here. Oh gosh, it's close enough, right? As far as my eye can see, it's close enough. All right. Then adhere 1C, 1D, and 1E. Which ones are those? Let's see. Those are all the little pieces. C, D, and E. Oh, so these are going to go like this, right? So these are going to be where my photos are going to be, and adhere photos to them. There you go. So we're going to put these down. I'm going to start with the middle one so that I can kind of eye up the sides. Let's see, it looks like it's kind of straight. Not straight, but I'm going to line it up with this line right here. I'm going to line the bottom of it up with that. And I'm just kind of eyeing it, and it doesn't look like it's in the center. Slide it over just a bit. Okay. And that way that gives me a little bit of a guide. To add the rest of them. You can tell I'm using the gingham stripes to kind of space them out evenly. I would encourage you, if you were so inclined, to, I probably should have done that whole spacing thing with this piece. I would encourage you to grab one of these kits, get it all cut up, and come back and do the other two spreads with me, because this is kind of fun. All right, then what do we have to do? Do not use on E. That would be this one probably, huh? Because we're going to place other pieces under it. Okay, close enough. Adhere the title sticker. So it says, all of us together. And honestly, I'm reading the instructions, but I'm really not seeing where it's not a sticker, number one. That was just a die cut. This part is. And then it looks as though it's got some pieces under it. So there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that on the, so, oh, that's this piece here. So this is 12 inches. So I'm thinking we're just going to have to stick this whole thing under there, right? I hope we don't need this for another project. So let's go with 1 to 5. This is about the center. And then this gets stuck on it, right? Okay. This together. Then what? Embellish with die cut stickers, placing a few under 1E. I'm thinking this is supposed to be 1E. It doesn't really tell you. Well, it does. Oh, here it is. It tells you where to place them. Oh, and I missed this. See, 3/8 inch here, 3/4 and 3/8 there. See, I missed it. Oh, well. And 1.5 inches from the top. So this should have been 4 inches from this side. Oh, see? I was just looking at the pictures. This one's much nicer to, once you actually read and follow the instructions. We'll do that on the next one. Where did the stickers go? There. Okay, so these stickers, I'm not going to put these stickers on yet, because if you look at the stickers that are across the top, it's actually on the photos, and I don't have photos done yet today. I'm working on those. So we will come back with finished project after the fact. when we're all finished, and I will make sure that I add photos. So let's see, they have this one in the middle. Make sure that I can stick them up the same height all the way across. And this one. This one. That's fun. And then, what is this? That's this one. Looks like we're going to stick on with this. I may have forgotten something. I'm finding all these little pieces in here that I couldn't see before. I'm going to leave this flapping because when I put my picture on here, I'm going to want to get behind it. This one looks so much bigger. I wonder if I did the wrong one. Oh, I know. I was probably supposed to use one of these out of this. That one looks more like this, doesn't it? It does. Let's look for this one. Yeah. That makes better sense. So I guess I should have poked these all out. Project one. I should have poked these all out and put them. I'm going to do that when we're finished. I'm going to go back and poke those all out. All right, so, and this is a sticker. It looks like there's something else that I'm supposed to be poking out. Can you see? You can barely see it in there, but there's something right there. I don't know what it is. These are the stickers. It's not in there. These. Maybe it's one of these. I wish these were labeled. Oh well. Okay. I'm going to, it looks like there's something else supposed to be on here. So I'm going to do my, I'm just gonna go with the, I'm gonna fling it here. Let's do one of these. This looks like it. All right. Yeah, and see, I should have put, we'll just do it now quick. Can usually get a little bit of ink left out of there. See? Yeah. All right. So this goes in here, and this goes here. And it sticks together with that. And then I've got a couple other, not in that one. And I'm looking for these two stickers, happiness and pure sweetness. So there's over here, happiness and pure sweetness. So happiness is going to go here. Pure sweetness is right underneath it. And then I've got this big one with this one to go here. I want to say this is probably behind here, so I'm going to put a little glue on it. I'm going to put glue all over this one. Maybe I'm going to put glue on it. Oh, yeah, the struggles. Okay. I'm going to tuck this behind. I had it tucked behind just a minute ago, but all right, so that's close enough. And then this is going to go on it as well. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on here just to kind of make it stick. It's like I said, it's not going anywhere. It's probably going to go in a sleeve and it'll be protected anyway. So We'll just stick that here too. All right, so how did I do with the first one? Good? Fairly okay? I think so. I didn't use the photo things for this yet. You know, they have those in the that say place your photo here, little placeholder things. I'm not using those today, but let's move this one out of the way and get started on the second one. So the right page, that was the left page. So the right page is going to be, looks like we have all these pieces left. So okay. So we've got this. We've got 1F. Okay, so let's do it according to these instructions this time. So we're using 1F, which is this piece that we cut down to, it's probably like 11 and a half by 11 and a half or something like that. And that's going to go centered on here. Let's just do that first. Sorry, I can't get it all under the camera at the same time, so I know you're kind of seeing just a little bit of nothing there for a minute. Okay, then adhere 1H to, I hope that's what that was, 1H. Yes, okay.